We've looked at a lot of expressions and sentences, both numerical and variable, algebraic, that is. We've looked at verbal models. What we're going to look at now is actually using these verbal models and simplifying expressions and evaluating expressions to kind of use algebra really to find some unknown values and accomplish what we tend to use algebra for. So let's go ahead and take a look at a couple examples we'll go through in this video as to how we would use real-life verbal models. Okay, so we say example 6 here. It says for the following, we're going to write a verbal model for the situations. We're going to kind of talk it out to ourselves here, and then we're going to develop any variables that we need to substitute, and then we're going to list any values that we know, and we're going to plug things into our algebraic model and find the desired quantity. Okay, and we want to use proper units. So let's go ahead and take a look at example A here. It says we start a job mowing yards for a housing development. Okay, it says they pay us a salary of $50 per week plus $25 for every lawn that you mow. Okay, it says write a verbal model. We'll say here a verbal model to represent how much money you make as you mow lawns. Okay, then determine how many lawns we want to mow in order to earn $525 a week. So first things first, it says we make a base salary. So they pay us a salary of $50 per week plus $25 per lawn that we mow. It says we want a verbal model. Then I kind of said this here. I didn't write it on the deal there, but it says to represent the amount of money we make as we mow lawns. Okay, so when you talk this out to yourself, you'd say, well, the amount of money I make, that would probably be equal to, it looks like we make $50 to begin with. So we say $50 plus $25 per lawn times the number of lawns. So we say number of lawns. And what we need to do now is we've written this out in words. This makes sense. We need to write this as an algebraic model. So we say our amount, let's use A, we would say is $50 plus $25 per lawn. So we say $25 per one lawn. And this would be times the number of lawns. And let's use a letter here to represent lawns. Maybe we use like L to represent the number of lawns. Okay, so now that we have our algebraic model, we've written our verbal model, our algebraic model says, then determine how many lawns you must mow in order to earn $525 a week. So a couple things here. First of all, we were given $525 a week, and we were asked to find how many lawns we have to mow. So in this case, are we looking for the amount A, or are we looking for L? And in this case, we're looking for lawns. We're looking for L. So we're going to be solving for this amount here, given the fact that I already know the amount that I earn in a week. Okay, so this is our amount A. So we're going to evaluate here. We say we already know that A equals $525. Okay, so we're going to plug that in. We say plug it in for A. We're going to evaluate. So we say $50 plus $25 per lawn times the number of lawns, L. And we're going to substitute in $525. So now working backwards here, we'll solve an equation a little bit. I guess we haven't gotten to that yet, but we can work backwards on this one. We could subtract 50 from both sides. And we say, well, what this is going to do is it's going to leave us with this. 525 minus 50 is going to be 475. On the right side, we'd have $25 per lawn times number of lawns. And if now we were to divide by 25, say, well, each $25 represents a lawn. We say, well, really, how many times does 25 go into 475? So 475 divided by 25. We get 19 here. So we'd say, well, what we just found out was this. We say 19 is L. And so we have to use units. We say 19 lawns. Okay, that's what we were measuring our L in, was number of lawns. Okay, so now, letter B, it says, we plan to work over a summer to earn some extra money. We have the option to babysit or clean homes. And we know that babysitting pays $15 an hour. So we have babysitting, $15 an hour. And cleaning homes pays $12 an hour. Write a verbal model that represents the amount of money A that a person makes as they work both jobs. Okay, so again, verbal model first, we say, well, hold on, how much money do I make? It depends upon what? Well, it kind of depends upon how long I work at each job, and they pay differently. So we would say the total amount of money I earn, if we wrote this out here, we say the amount of money I earn would probably be equal to, well, let's see, babysitting $15 an hour, we'd say 15 times the number of hours babysitting. That's what this would be. Okay, and then we would say plus $12 times the number of hours cleaning. Okay, And this would represent like our income here rule. And so now we'll replace these with variable values. We say the amount, again, we say we could use A. And this amount A, we would say would be equal to 15 times the number of hours babysitting. Well, we could use like B. We could use a lowercase b. Plus now $12 per hour times number of hours cleaning, we could say C. And this would be our algebraic model. Okay, so this is our algebraic model right here. Now what we want to do is this. Let's say, suppose we want to earn $800 and would only like to work a maximum of 30 hours babysitting. Then what's the number of hours, or minimum number of hours we need to use? And I don't mean number of lawns here. Minimum number of hours cleaning is what I meant to say. To achieve our goal. Okay, we want to write our number as a complete, our answer as a complete sentence here. So when we say number of hours cleaning, that's going to represent C here. What we want to do is find out C. And what we should be given here is B. We say, well, where are we given B? It says, well, the number of hours I want to work babysitting maximum is 30 hours. So we say, I know that B is 30 hours. We're going to write that down on the side here, and we say that this 800 represents an amount. Okay, so we say, I know this amount is 800, and this is in dollars. So now we're going to evaluate this expression. We would say I have $800 equals 15 times babysitting, which is 30 hours, plus 12 times C. And now we would solve this equation for C. And that's kind of further than we should be on this video, but this is kind of how you set up and evaluate verbal models. We're going to go ahead and finish this one. We'd say $800 on the left. 15 times 30. 15 times 3 is 45, so we'd add a 0. So we say 450, and this would be dollars plus 12C. We could subtract 450 from both sides, minus 450. And we would get left with this on the right. I suppose we could take it down here. We could say 800 minus 450 is 350 on the left, and then we'd have 12 C's left on the right. And now we could divide both sides by 12 to get rid of the multiply by 12, and we get left with this. We say C equals 350 divided by 12, and I did want to talk about this answer. We had 29.16. We say 29.16 repeating. Obviously, this is a rational number because it goes on forever and ever, but we say this is C and it represented hours. And what this says is this is the number of hours we would have to spend mowing lawns to achieve our goal. So our final thought here should probably be something along the lines of we would have to spend at least 30 hours mowing lawns in order to achieve our goal of $800 income. Okay, cheers.